Doing Racer on Racer with the Empire Super Sprints. My name's Trevor Years, driver of the 13T. We're here with
Larry Wight, driver of the 99.
Perfect. Larry, you're no stranger to New York racing or anywhere in the East Coast pretty much, storied with modifieds, dipped your toes into sprint cars, not a newbie by any means in any of it anymore. Going between the two, I know it's seat to seat, week to week. How does that affect your driving?
I've always felt like the sprint car kind of helps tune in the fine details. You're carrying so much more speed through the corner. Things happen a lot faster in the sprint cars, so for the modified, it's kind of going into slow-mo and just keeps us sharper throughout the year.
Right, yeah. Sprint cars are the killer bees, and modifieds definitely take some finesse. Going from one to the other, what would you say that power differential is? Because we have a lot of weight reduction car to car. As far as like when you stomp on the gas, what are you feeling this compared to that?
There's really not much of a difference because our modifieds, they actually have a little bit more straight line traction. When you step on it, they hook harder due to the weight and the suspension, where these will blow the tires off a lot quicker. But that kind of, once you're up to speed and the wing gets into play, it's very similar to a big block. We're making 150 more horsepower with the big block than the 360s. Once you get into the 410s, that's a whole different animal. It doesn't even compare to a 360. But it's very similar, and it helps. I'm racing these at tracks I've run at for the last 20 years, so it makes that learning curve a little bit easier to get over.
Right, and you're no stranger to the top side, the Larry lane, right? Going into a sprint car in the Larry lane, you feel that car wing over. In a modified, you're feeling it go the other way. When you first started sprint cars, take us through how that felt when you expected to go right and you went left.
Oh, when I first got into it, I actually ran Doug Emery's car, and I was young and dumb, so I didn't really even think about it. It was just hold it to the floor, and Doug said the wing will do all the work, so that's what I did. And I think the first race we ever ran, I think we finished third at Fulton, and just after that, I was screwed. I was going to have to at least dabble in them enough to keep my ego at bay, and we had a good run with Doug, and my dad he was never really keen on me running other people's cars. He always wanted me in his cars, so we ended up getting a car. We got hooked up with a couple guys, and it just kind of took off from there, and now we're hooked up with Jason, which it's kind of full circle. Jason used to drive for my dad back in the day. Yep. When I was 5 years old, and Rylan, I've known him since he was born, so it's a cool group. It's a completely different atmosphere. We always joke, modified guys will steal your wrenches out of your pit box, and sprint car guys will come over and give you gears, tires, fuel, whatever you need. It's a real fun atmosphere to be around a couple times a year that we get to do it, and glad to be part of it.
Yeah, and with that being said, I feel like we see it with wings on more and more as time goes on. What's your aspirations with ESS this year?
We're doing normal, 8 to 10 races a year. We're really focusing on the engine shop now. My wife and I took that over. We took over the speed shop side of things and the race team. So we're building up the engine, WR Performance Engines, trying to bring that back. We've got a bunch of engines that are ready to go, a bunch that are on the floor ready for rebuilds. And Performance Shop, we're building the car right now for a customer, building cars, doesn't matter, Bicknell, Troyer, T.O., scaling, shock services, everything like that. So we're really focusing on that this year, kind of scaling back on the racing, and then hopefully next year we're in a better spot.
In-house speed definitely has its advantages when you can play with things right there in the shop. So super excited for that adventure for you. What's one track that you're going to hit this year that you're excited to hit with the sprint car?
It's got to be Fulton. Sprint cars at Fulton is by far the best sprint car racing around. You can pull the sliders. You got a lot of banking to work with. Last year, probably the most fun race I've had in a sprint car in the last 10 years was with Sean Donath. We were pulling just Hail Mary sliders on each other, and we know we can do it with each other because we're gonna cross each other over. We're not gonna stick into it and hook someone's left front. Didn't really need all those cautions. Every time I took the lead, the caution come back out. But racing guys like Sean, Sammy, Jason, guys I've known my whole life. Race modifieds with them, and now we're racing sprint cars together. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Sean, super respectful driver. So being able to really toss it up with him is always exciting. I know I've followed you a few times coming in the corner at Fulton. Always entertaining, even from the driver's seat behind you. So a lot of travel in your future, right? Focusing on the race shop, helping out other customers, being in the sprint car, being in the modified. Who helps you get up and down the road?
It's a ton of great sponsors. I got to thank my father for putting me in the position that I'm in with the success he's had with his companies. Everybody at Gypsum Express, Gypsum Wholesalers, Big Red Towing. We've got High Torque in New York on the sprint car. Anthony's been great to me. Helps me out when he can. He started up his company, and it's taken off great. So can't get to the track near as much as he'd like to. But Anthony and Deanna are great people. They would give you the shirt off their back if they didn't know who you were. And gotta thank everyone at Tracy Road Equipment, Sterling Lubricants, WR Performance Engines, X1 Chassis, Jason and Casey. Those guys have been great to us for the sprint car, keeping us where we need to be as things change, because we don't get to run it as much. And everyone at Jammer Sports Bar, United Auto Parts, SJP Performance, great help with Scott there. He keeps stuff in stock for us whenever we need it. And Penske Shocks, iBox Springs. We got Schroeder torsion bars in this car. It's people that we've met from down the road that have always stayed with us and can't do it without them.
No, that's great. That's a big list. A lot of good relationships. It takes a lot to be in motorsports, the capacity that you're in motorsports. So it's great to hear. Last question: with the sprint car, what's your first outing going to be? Where can our fans see you first?
I believe it'll be probably the Brewerton or Fulton race, one of those. We're going to try and get out to Utica this year if the schedule allows it. Miss going out there. I had a lot of success there. So probably be Brewerton or Fulton.
No, that's great to hear. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you taking the time. We hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.